Greetings, I'm Caffeine Rage, and welcome back to the Sunday Sampler. This week we're taking a look at the Lemmings-style puzzler Plastiland. And yes, you can see on the screen, tap to continue. This just screams fairly lazy mobile port, and that is exactly what this is. We'll take a quick look at the options, or lack thereof. There's literally turn on and off music and sound, a credit screen, and a help which tells you what the different powers are, and that's it. And I will say this game is on the fucking loud side for the music, so you're gonna have to go through Windows Mixer to be able to turn that down, which I have, and we'll likely be doing a little bit more sound work in the post-processing area because, yeah. But outside of it being a very lazy mobile port, it's not a terrible game. At least with what I've played with it, which I've gotten through the tutorial and about, 5 of the opening area before I decided I wanted to do a video on this. It is somewhat limited on content. It has 3 worlds which we aren't able to access. We have to complete these all in order. And which, according to the store page, brings it to a total of 48 levels. And these levels are, well, actually it says that there's a 5th world that's coming soon, and I did not see that when I was originally going through, because actually, it doesn't show it originally if you are going through, because, well, I guess I saw it there, and I just assumed that was the next world. Okay, so there is more content coming, it looks like. I didn't notice it at the time, which, okay. But we'll go ahead and do a couple of the early levels and to really show off the content, and because this is a very short, going to be a very short video, let's go ahead and just jump in. I'm going to go through the levels I played, and then we'll try to progress through for some of the other ones. This is the Lemmings style of game where well, let's go ahead and get into this at the very beginning. If you played Lemmings, this opening level is damn familiar. I mean, this is practically a rip of the initial, one of the initial levels of Lemmings. I do love the art style, though. The plastic world, or I should say the clay world. But this is where the mobile interface kind of kicks in, but honestly, not in a bad way. I mean, it does pause the things, but it also shows you what direction this guy's going, which can be very handy. Some of the other Lemmings clones I've ran into doesn't have this movement arrow, which is very nice. So we'll just go ahead and do that, which just has them go down, and then chomp through, and that's the level. Lemmings style levels are very, very short, and it makes perfect sense for a mobile game. For a PC game, I think these levels are very short. And it may come back to bite the developer and publisher in the ass just because of exactly how short the game can be. Okay, we'll just chomp through again. But there's not a lot you could really do with that. I mean, that's the problem of Lemmings. The entire problem has been that levels are designed to be bite-sized, which makes it more of a mobile game these days. So I really can't fault the game. We'll just go ahead and fast forward. Fast forward. I mean, we could quit here, but why would we? And we don't have the power to save this guy, so he's doomed to forever sit there. But it's 3 stars anyway. Now this is where things start to get interesting, because there's, well, this is the tutorial for the portal, and it makes you really reconsider how exactly you're doing things. We'll go through here, fast forward a little bit, click. Oh, I screwed up there. Yeah, that makes it so that the level can't be completed, because, see, this is where the mobile interface kind of bites me, because I clicked and I didn't click and hold. or I should say, I did a quick double click when I tried to click on the guy. Because if you click, it stops time. But if you do a quick double click like that, so you got to be very careful with that. That's where hotkeys are far superior, and that shows exactly why. Oh, there's not some sort of fun death animation there. That's disappointing. And it still detects I have one left. Nope. And let's just send you to hell instead of resetting. Yep. Okay, so at least detects that. So it is very easy to accidentally double click there and just completely screw yourself. And Lemming style games are... Oh, I missed my timing there. I mean, I don't have to be exact. It's not like the original Lemmings where the tolerances are very, very tight. Lemming style games are designed to be solved in one way, and that's really it. There are sometimes alternate methods, but it's usually exploiting game mechanics more than it is actually figuring out an alternate way. Usually. I mean, there are times that it's not the case, but it's more the exception rather than the rule. So we'll go through here, and then we'll actually finish the level. So if you're someone that likes to try to think outside the box, this may not be the game for you. But if you are nostalgic for the old Lemmings games, I would say this would actually be a sale game, because it does this. The other annoying thing that it does, along with being a very, very lazy mobile port, is that it has the PC tax on top of everything. I mean, this is really the first level that shows you that you... Oh, I shouldn't say that you can only solve these one way because you can, but you can only 3-star them the way that the developer wants you to, because this is the obvious method, but it's not the perfect method, and that really costs you. We'll just go ahead and fast forward, and we'll actually restart this level. Nope, finish level. Restart this level, and I'll show off the hint system. And when I say hint system, I mean, instead of a hint, it's a blatant solution. Or actually, for other levels, it was a blatant solution, but this time it's just literally a hint. Huh. Okay, well, I was about to rag on the hint system, but actually, I wonder if it'll show me something different now. Huh, no it doesn't. So let's go ahead and see if we can figure out a way to get this guy out. So... And this also gives me a chance to show off all the powers. A climbing power, there's explosive, chomping through, chomping down, the stop, this replaces the umbrella from Lemmings. This replaces the builder from Lemmings, and this is just normal mode. So that gives us all the way over here. I mean, it's pretty obvious where to go now. We just drop down once and then we're done. So we'll... Oh. Gotta be careful of not being overzealous with the fast forward. And there's a 3-star. So I actually improved my performance there. And this is where one of those levels that is very... shows me that the developer wants you to really be precise, because you gotta catch these guys right at the edge, and if you don't, then you know you're in for a bad time. So send him over, send him down. send him down. It is nice that it pauses, but it kind of has to for a mobile port, to be perfectly honest. Ooh, okay. So this bounced right there. Wait. Why did the first one die and not that one? It's a inconsistent physics. Ooh, that could be very troublesome. Or either it's inconsistent or I'm right on the edge there, which is a couple of possibilities. And I think I'm on to levels now that I haven't done. So this is 3 sets of portals. It goes here, here, then here, here, and here, here. And if you're colorblind, you're fucked. Because as far as I could tell, these do not have any colorblind modes. So this is just going to be a progression. I probably want to try it. What's my powers? Well, my powers are unuseful as well. Let's see what happens when the first ones get back. Okay. Actually, I haven't done this level, so I don't know what to expect. Oh, well, there we go. Two stars, but it's good enough. Oh. Oh, that's a little annoying. So, what do I think of this game? Because there's not a lot to really show off in this. Based on the opening levels, it does have a good challenge to it. I am a bit concerned about overall length just because Lemmings games, like I was talking about, tend to not have a huge shelf life. And that's probably why it's a mobile game to begin with. Oh. Okay, now, yeah, okay, these guys are safe, so. So maybe there is more flexibility in the solving than I originally assumed there was going to be, just because the genre tends to be very inflexible. But oh, and I could probably saved that other guy with the last digging down, but I didn't. Oh. Huh. Oh, get him onto here, then go. Yeah, go up. Okay, so pretty sure I know how to solve this one. We'll do my closing bit while I blather away. So yeah, there is a lot more content here than most Lemming titles tends to give, and it's going to be interesting to see how the later levels do. I just don't have enough time to get to them, especially for more of a first impressions video. I absolutely love the art style, though. It has a beautiful art style. But I will say that... Oh. I'm going to call this a sale game, mostly because of the price point. Because the price point is absolutely terrible on PC. Oh. Gotta wait for it to bounce around the other way. It's an extra $3 on PC over the mobile version, and there's really no reason for it because it is not a huge improvement over the mobile version from everything that I could tell. Granted, I didn't buy the mobile version, and I'm getting a review copy of this, so I can't tell you 100% for sure that this is basically the mobile version and nothing added. But I will say that I don't see anything that really warrants an extra $3 here for PC, especially when there's no options, and this is running from what I could tell in borderless full screen or borderless window mode, because I could see a slight border around my screen overall. And that, I don't think that's going to be a 3-star, but oh, that is a 3-star. All right, so I have to leave those guys behind. But yeah, there's not enough here to warrant the extra money on PC. So I'll say that this is definitely something to put on the wish list for sale day. Which during the Steam sale, it's dropping down to under the $3 price tag, which is, you know, right in the sweet spot of impulse buy. But normally it's at $8, which I think there's a lot better puzzlers out there for PC that you get in that price point or somewhere around it, especially on the indie scene. And for games that are Lemming style, I know that there's at least a few that I could think of. I don't want to list them on here, just because it feels a little rude. But it doesn't do enough unique from the Lemming style. I mean, these are essentially the old powers, just reskinned. And what the game really has going for it is the art style. So let's go ahead and just solve this one, or at least how I think it's supposed to be solved. Ooh. And I may be killing myself there. I'm killing myself there. Yeah, and for some reason, they were about... let's see what the hint shows for this one, because some of them have shown the entire level, some of them have been just... Oh. Why would you build there? Oh. So that is showing essentially the entire level. Yeah, that showed the entire solution. In a very convoluted way, I might add. I guess the way they're showing the solution, it makes it so that you have to really pay attention and have a good memory to be able to get the entire thing. And if they just showed you, you know, the solution on screen, it's a lot easier to compute exactly what they're doing without having to just pay attention to the part that you're having trouble with. Well, looking at this, there's only a couple of those, so, you know, just dropping down and then sending one across, that would be just a 1-star anyway. So I'm just going to let them run back and forth blindly in the background. So, I am torn on this because of the PC tax, you know, the extra $3, which is just, you know, unneeded. If this was a $5 game, you know, I would say pick it up. But the fact that it's more expensive on PC than it is on its mobile makes me hesitant on it. The 48 levels, I wonder just how crazy the later levels get, because I know some Lemmings levels were absolutely nuts. But, you know, I obviously can't see them because, you know, I haven't gotten there yet. Oh, like I said, I'm torn on this. I'm calling this a sale game just because of the price point and the PC tax. I detest devs that do that. It's just an annoyance and really unnecessary. So, but if you are a fan of Lemmings games and don't have access to a phone or a tablet that can play this, then I would say that it's probably a good pickup on PC, but I would say it would be even better on the sale. Unfortunately, by the time you're watching this, the Steam Summer Sale only has a couple days left on it, assuming that you're watching this as soon as I post it, so you'd be waiting a while for it. But it's a good stocking stuffer for this Steam Winter Sale. Or Holiday Sale if you're in the Southern Hemisphere. But I think that wraps it up. A decent Lemmings clone that has a good art style, but it's an obvious mobile port with the mobile problems. Oh, and I did have the game lock up on me before. But it was only when it was shutting down, so I'm not sure if it's just once again the lazy port rearing its head, or if there's some technical issues that I haven't played this game enough with to really get on my end. But it is something to watch out for as well. And I think that about wraps up the Sunday Sampler for this time around. As always, feedback is appreciated on both the Sunday Sampler, just because I'd love to know what you want me to cover. If there's a particular genre, or if I get a review copy for a particular game that you want, I'd definitely do it. And especially since I'm entering the summer slump and I'm going into games that are very old, or keys I've gotten fair ways back that just didn't get around to, or had more interesting things that week, which is what the case is here. And as always, subscribe if you wish to see more of the Sunday Sampler and whatever pops up here, because it isn't always going to be quick looks. I do have at least one other thing that's going to show up on the Sunday Sampler at some point, or my Let's Play content, which there's going to be a change coming about in the coming week. But there's 3 Let's Play series going on, and of course there's the podcast on Fridays, the absolute mammoth project that is. As always, thank you for watching, and we'll take a sample of something, well, next time. Until then, I'll see you.